Hi friends, today I'm going to read The Kindness Quilt, and this is by Nancy Elizabeth Wallace. One Friday at Sharing Circle, Mina helped Mrs. Bloom hold up a large green book. "I love stories," Mina said. "I do too," said Mrs. Bloom. "I'm going to read an Aesop fable." Mrs. Bloom began reading. The Lion and the Mouse. Long ago a tiny mouse was scampering through the jungle. By and by he came upon a great lion snoozing in the tall grass. The mouse was feeling playful, so he plucked a blade of grass and tickled the lion's nose. "Grrrr!" roared the lion, grabbing the little mouse in his huge padded paw. "What is this? An afternoon snack?" "Please, please, please don't eat me," begged the mouse. "Some day I will do something nice to help you." "Ha ha ha!" laughed the lion. "You help me?" But he let the mouse go and fell back asleep. A few weeks later, the mouse was scurrying home when he heard a terrible roar. There was his friend trapped in a net. The little mouse gnawed on the ropes with his sharp teeth and set the mighty lion free. When the story ended, Mina sat down, and then Mrs. Bloom asked, "What's the moral of this fable?" I know," said Mina. "It's about kindness. The lion let the mouse go, and later the mouse helped the lion. I think they both felt happy about being kind." Tyrone said, "It shows that you can be kind whether you're little or big." Lindsay said, "We should try to do something kind every day." Dave said, "I'm kind to noodles." "Yes," Mrs. Bloom said, "kindness is a good thing for all of us to practice, no matter how big or small we are. I know that you're all very kind, so let's celebrate kindness with a do and draw and share kindness project." That night, Mina told Mom, Dad, and Pip, "Mrs. Bloom wants us to do something kind and then make a picture about it and take a picture into school to share. It's a kind of kindness project." "That's a wonderful idea," said Mom. "But," said Mina, "I'm not sure what to do." "We can help you with ideas," said Dad. Early Saturday morning, before Mom and Dad got up, Mina read to Pip. "Reading me books is a good idea for your kindness picture, Mina," said Pip. Mina nodded, "But," she said, "I'm still thinking." Before lunch, Mina went with Mom to Community Cleanup Day. "Picking up litter in the park is being kind to our earth," said Mom. "That could be an idea for your kindness picture." Mina nodded, "But," she said, "I'm still thinking." Later in the afternoon, Mina and Dad cooked creamy carrot soup for supper. Mina took a big jar to their neighbors. After supper, Mina got a pencil and paper. "Kindness, kindness," she whispered to herself. "There are lots of kinds of kindness." Dad brought Mina a snack. "Yum," said Mina. "Sharing the soup with Mr. and Mrs. Checker could be an idea for your kindness picture," said Dad. Mina nodded. "But," she said, "I'm still thinking." "You can use my new markers, Mina," said Pip. "Thanks." Mina started writing and drawing. Later, Mom tiptoed in. She brought Mina scissors and more paper. Mina smiled. "Thanks, Mom." And then Mina started cutting. On Sunday afternoon, Mina looked at what she had written and drawn and cut. There's little pieces of paper that say, "Picking up trash," "Sharing soup with your neighbors," "My family helping me," "Reading books to your little brother," "Kindness is." Suddenly, Mina knew what she wanted to do. She found her glue stick and got to work. One day, Mina took her artwork to school. She listened to Carrie, Tyrone, Kyle, and Lindsay, and On Monday, Mina took her artwork to school. She listened as Carrie, Tyrone, Kyle, and Lindsay shared pictures of their acts of kindness. This one says, "Kindness is setting the table without being asked." Kindness is getting your dad his hammer. Kindness is sharing your toys. Cheer for the other team when your team wins. When it was Mina's turn, she held up her artwork. Ooh, said the class. It looks like a beautiful quilt, said Lindsay. Wow, Tyrone said. If you want to, you can make yours look like a quilt too, said Mina. Great, said Mrs. Bloom. Let's get out the art materials. Kyle, Carrie, Tyrone, Lindsay, since you shared your kindness art today, you can work on your quilt squares. Mina can help. They cut and they glued and they taped their acts of kindness together. Mrs. Bloom hung the paper quilt on the small bulletin board. As the days passed, more acts of kindness happened. Maya sent a card. Esteban helped his neighbor. Aman held a door open. Dave took care of Noodles. I think Noodles is his goldfish. And the kindness quilt grew until it overflowed the small bulletin board. Mrs. Bloom and the children had to go move it to the big bulletin board. As more days passed, more and more acts of kindness happened. Jaden was kind to Keisha. Keisha was kind to Zach. Zach was kind to AJ. AJ was kind to Mina. When the kindness quilt overflowed the big bulletin board, Mr. Cooper helped them hang the quilt on the long wall in the hall. Wow. Soon, other classes joined in. It's a lot of quilts. It's a lot of squares on their quilt. A lot of acts of kindness. And the kindness kept growing and growing and growing. The end. Why don't you guys try making some squares, acts of kindness squares, and make your own kindness quilt at home?